There are many US importers who prefer to use FOB terms of trade. However, the risk of FOB is actually quite high. The FOB clause means delivery on board at the port of shipment, that is, the seller can deliver the goods to the transport company designated by the buyer. The risk of FOB terms is mainly reflected in the following aspects. 1. Transportation risks and document settlement risks caused by the buyer's designated shipping company or freight forwarder. 2. It is difficult to grasp the actual control of the goods. The seller ships the goods first, but the bill of lading indicating the property rights may not be in the seller's hands. At this time, the actual control of the goods is in the buyer's hands, which poses a great threat to the seller. If there is a soft clause in the letter of credit, the seller does not ask to change it. At this time, the buyer will try to find the inconsistency of the documents, so as to return the order and refuse to pay, and eventually lead to the seller empty of money and goods. 3. The cargo connection is not in place under the FOB terms, because the buyer is chartering and booking the space, and the goods are in the seller. This means that the exporter, the importer, the freight forwarder and the actual carrier should follow each other step by step, without the slightest sloppiness. If the seller fails to prepare and ship the goods in time, but the buyer dispatches the vessel on time, the seller shall bear the empty space fee and demurrage fee incurred. On the contrary, if the vessel dispatched by the buyer arrives early or late, the expenses incurred shall be paid by the buyer. Buyer is responsible. 4. Incompatible with the modern container method. With the development of international transportation technology, the ROO transportation, container transportation and multimodal transportation of goods are increasingly developed. FOB, which is limited to water transportation, is less and less suitable for the needs of new forms. In contrast, choosing CRF, the security is higher than that of FOB, the bill of lading can be obtained at the first time, and the tracking of the export of goods is very clear.